The only way that you can do that is to come from a place of dispassionate developmental inquiry, or DDE. I mean, I'm a big one for the acronyms. Dispassionate developmental inquiry. And basically what you want to say to them is, I don't understand. But obviously there's different ways of saying that. But once you do that, you're coming from a place of developmental inquiry. It's the purest, it's the most unscathed, untouched place. And when you come from a place of developmental inquiry, for example, with a manager, for example, or a team leader or a director, their natural role as a leader is to develop. That's their natural role, is to coach and develop. So when you come from a place of developmental inquiry, the person rises to that. They'll say, okay, I can, you can say, well, that GLAM project that you didn't include me on, I really don't understand. Just for my own development, I'd just like to understand what was the criteria for it. Now, if I'm talking to a manager, right, the manager's going to respond to that because that's his role. He's going to say, yeah, sure, I'll tell you.
The manager's role to understand and to explain.
So then he or she's going to explain, right? He or she's going to explain, and suddenly now we're into a conversation. And then he's going to say, well, this is the reason, and this is the reason, these are the criteria. Then I might say, well, but yeah, my point is that I think I tick all those boxes. So this is where I don't have an understanding. Then they're going to explain more. And then suddenly you're in a position where the actual bias starts to call itself out. You don't even have to mention it. You don't have to say that you chose her instead of me because of it. You don't need to do that. It actually comes out in the conversation. And this is why it's so important that we equip people with the skills to deal with it. Instead of draining on HR resources and everything else and having mediators come in, visiting HR every 5 minutes. I mean, I'm exaggerating a bit,